Testing. Hello. Testing. Hello, Pokemon trainers. This is Scarecrow, your host, and I'm going to be doing a live Pokemon Showdown narration here, as you can tell. Hopefully you'll enjoy this. I did maybe one or two of these before. I don't know if I've done any of these on iStarly TV, but I know I did one or two on my older channel. So it's pretty fun. I guess you get to see my thought process as it occurs. And yeah, this is going to be my first ever 6th generation OU live narration on Pokemon Showdown. But anyways, I'll stop talking. This is the team that I've been using a lot. Probably one of... Well, I've made a lot of teams recently, but this is probably one of the better teams that I've been using recently. So it has a lot of my favorite Pokemon of this new generation. Well, not a lot of them, but a lot of good competitive ones. But anyways, we'll just look for a battle here. And alright, sure. So this team, actually, wait, sorry. I mean to do not Pokebank OU, but just regular OU. Yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, I saw Heatran and I was like, wait, Heatran's not released yet. Pokebank OU is OU with all Pokemon that are, you know, available in the games. Including things like Heatran, Jirachi, Sceptile, etc. You know, just things like that. Whereas regular Beta OU at the moment is only Pokemon that are obtainable within X and Y. So, you know, Jirachi, you can't find Jirachi in X and Y, so Jirachi is not released yet. Okay, so... Anyways, looking at my opponent's team, they do have a couple threats, and a couple Pokemon that are not that hard to deal with. Gliscor is going to be annoying, so the main way I'm going to want to take down Gliscor is going to be with Greninja, or even, if it's the sub-toxic variant with Substitute, Toxic, Protect, and Earthquake, then Excadrill with Air Balloon pretty much walls it. So I'm just going to lead with Trevenant here, just because Trevenant can take on Smeargle, which is what I predict him to lead with, and he does lead with that. So here I'm just going to go for the Horn Leech just to kill Smeargle in 2 hits. It probably has Focus Sash. But my opponent, I guess, doesn't know the new mechanics of Spore, which is that grass types cannot be spored anymore. So my opponent essentially wastes a turn there. I guess he or she didn't know that you cannot spore grass types anymore. So that's good for me, though. That's the reason I always lead with Trevenant against Smeargles, because obviously that's all Smeargles do is spore and set up hazards and then die. So I do take off, or take down the Smeargle. And here my opponent's asking, I don't think you can see it on the screen, but my opponent's asking if Spore works on grass types. No, it doesn't anymore. Grass types are no longer affected by powder moves. Okay, sorry, I'm typing to my opponent. Okay, so he switches in Gliscor. Trevenant cannot really take on Gliscor very well. So like I said, I'm going to go into Excadrill, who is a pretty good check to this Gliscor set. Unless, of course, this Gliscor has something to hit my Excadrill, which it does. This Gliscor carries Ice Fang, which is not pretty standard. Usually people run Substitute, Toxic, Protect, and Earthquake, again, which Excadrill walls, but now that my Excadrill is frozen, that's actually really bad for me. But obviously, you know, my opponent cannot use Toxic on Excadrill because Excadrill is a Steel type. So I'm actually going to stay in here and hope to maybe unfreeze anytime soon and go for the Rock Slide. If my opponent has Ice Fang, that's got to mean that they do not have Substitute or Protect, one or the other. So I'm actually going to use this opportunity here to go into Mamoswine. And I do have Focus Sash, so I'm not worried about dying here. And my opponent, looking at his team, really has nothing that wants to take an Icicle Crash. And so I'm just going to go for Icicle Crash. There's even a chance that I might be faster than Gliscor. But anyways, my opponent does switch in Charizard here. And it takes it reasonably well, but not too well. I'm pretty sure my opponent's going to Mega Evolve, so I'm just going to go into Greninja at this point. Probably could have gone to Rotom, because Rotom's a little more bulky than Greninja, but Greninja will outspeed Charizard. So now I'm just going to go for the Ice Beam just for the kill. And my opponent really has nothing to switch into an Ice Beam. As you can tell, my opponent's team is just very, very weak to the Ice type in general. So I'm going to be able to get off a good amount of damage on Scolipede, but I'm not going to want to stay in just because Scolipede pretty likely has Speed Boost. Actually, I can outspeed this first turn, so I'm just going to go for the Ice Beam again. If my opponent goes for Protect, that's fine. I'm not too worried about that. Yeah. So my opponent does go for Protect. Like I said, I'm not super worried about Scolipede like sweeping my team or anything. Although Greninja is valuable to me. Lucario is not extremely valuable, so I'm going to switch it in, knowing that if my opponent kills Lucario, that's okay. But my opponent does go for the Baton Pass, which is actually pretty problematic. But because Trevenant walls Smeargle, it also walls Breloom for almost the same reason. It actually walls Breloom pretty well. It is immune to fighting type moves, and it resists grass type moves, obviously, and it cannot be spored again. So here I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. Probably not my best play. There's only 2 other things on his team other than Breloom that could be burned. So yeah, my opponent made a good play there and went into Gliscor. I don't have a good switch into Gliscor at this point, so I'm just going to go into Lucario thinking my opponent might Toxic. But then I realized that's actually a pretty bad idea, a pretty bad play on my part. But that does allow me to go back into Mamoswine and just go for another Icicle Crash. And at this point, with his Scolipede and Charizard weakened, pretty much whatever he sends in to this Icicle Crash will die. Or if he stays in with Gliscor, unless he goes for like Substitute. But if he does, then maybe I can just follow it up with an Ice Shard. So I'm just going to go for Icicle Crash there. See how that goes. And that Earthquake does very, very little, and I'm able to take out his Gliscor, which is great, because looking at his team, Gliscor is probably the most problematic Pokemon that my opponent has. So, yeah, my opponent goes into Breloom now, and I'm obviously just going to go back into Trevenant at this point. I take a Bullet Seed. I actually am not taking that Bullet Seed very well, but it only hits me 2 times, so that's fine by me. Here I'm just going to go for the Horn Leech. Oh, and look, Dieter's here. Hey Dieter, say hi, I'm doing a live narration.
He missed a couple of turns.
What?
He missed a couple of turns.
What do you mean?
Anyway, keep going.
Oh, well I'm not doing... Dieter thinks he knows everything, but he doesn't. So anyways, I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp here. He does go for Swords Dance, and I do miss the Will-O-Wisp, so I'm probably going to lose. Dieter's a curse, pretty much, as you can tell. What?
I thought this was already recorded.
So anyways, in the comments down below, let us know who your favorite member of Full House is. Mine is DJ, mainly because she's really like legit and like down to earth. And like Dieter's is Michelle.
You got it, dude.
My runner-up is probably Gia.
Wow.
Okay, Miss Will-O-Wisp again. So I'm pretty likely going to be losing this battle. I don't have a good switch into Mega Horn. That's true, he could miss. Hopefully he misses to balance out me missing twice in a row. Nope. He gets a crit to make it better, to make matters worse. So, I think Rotom's pretty bulky. I think Rotom can take a Mega Horn, even at +2.
Hydro.
I'm probably... I want to say Volt Switch will kill it, but I can't be sure. I know Hydro Pump will kill it for sure, but I've missed 2 Will-O-Wisps in a row. And wouldn't you know it, Hydro Pump has less accuracy than Will-O-Wisp, so don't expect anything.
He Baton Passes.
So he Baton Passes, which is perfectly... No, that's not perfectly fine. I lose. I lose. My Trevenant, who's the one thing that can take on his Breloom, is dead. Although if I get maybe a crit, or if I get a good amount of damage... That's not a good amount of damage. I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp.
Ice Shard, how much will that do?
Actually, let's see, at this point I'm losing one of them. It's looking like I'm probably losing Greninja. If I leave Rotom in to take the Spore, then I lose momentum. If I send in Greninja to take the Spore,
I think he'll go for the kill.
Probably. Okay, I'm just going to go for the Wisp. Okay. I don't take that at all. And actually, I lose because even though I have Ice Shard, he's at +2 speed, so he's faster than me, which means his priority move will go first. So, forfeit. Sorry, that was a bad battle, folks. I get it cracking like a bad battle. That was the first one. and I kind of rambled a little bit. I don't know, this is not the best video, but to make it up to you guys and to spice things up, we're telling you who our favorite Full House characters are. So, wait, who's your runner-up? Mine's Gia.
Oh, yours is Gia. Mine would be, I'm gonna have to go with...
Okay, well, tell me what you think about Aunt Becky. Ooh, good choice. She might be in my top 4. But anyways, looking at my opponent's team,
Or Rusty.
Rusty, he might be in my top 6. Anyways, my opponent's team is not threatening at all.
They're 5th gen.
Yeah, it's pretty much all 5th gen. Honestly, even though a lot of these threats are powerful, like Alakazam's powerful, Chandelure's powerful, Haxorus is powerful, they're not super threatening to my team. So I can lead off with Mamoswine and get at my Stealth Rocks like right away.
What does Oblivious do?
Oblivious means they can't be attracted, but it got better I think in 6th gen, and now they cannot be taunted.
Oh.
They cannot be taunted or attracted, so Oblivious is a pretty good ability now. It's good for a lead Mamoswine.
What did Mamoswine, what would you give it before?
Well, up until 4th gen, Oblivious was horrible, and its other ability was Snow Cloak, which is pretty much like the hail version of Sandveil, which is also pretty bad. But in 5th gen, it got Thick Fat, which is really good for it, which takes away its fire type and ice type weaknesses. So that's really good. But for the lead Mamoswine with like Stealth Rock, Oblivious is good because it can't be taunted. But anyways, he leads with Chandelure. I do have Focus Sash, so I can either choose to get at my rocks here or kill a Chandelure with Earthquake. My Stealth Rocks aren't super amazing here.
Anything doesn't want to switch into Earthquake.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go for the Earthquake. Dieter's right, because Alakazam takes 0 damage from Stealth Rock because of Magic Guard. Ferrothorn and Rhyperior resist Stealth Rock, so they take barely any damage. And then Haxorus and Jolteon, I mean, who cares? So he goes into Alakazam. Again, like I said, I don't really care to get at my rocks here, so I'm going to want to opt for getting damage on his Alakazam and just go for the Ice Shard. And it does a pretty good amount before I die. And now the awesome thing is Greninja is actually faster than Alakazam, which means I can come in and go for the Ice Beam, hoping for a kill. But he actually goes for Ferrothorn, which is something I hoped he would do, because I actually have Hidden Power Fire on my Greninja, which is perfect for killing Ferrothorns. So as you're about to see, I'm about to one-hit KO this thing, unless he like knows that I have it, but I know he doesn't know I have it because he
one-hit KO.
I would have. Anyways, Dieter's being negative. So I've taken down 2 of his Pokemon, 2 of his pretty powerful ones, and he hasn't got up entry hazards on my side of the field, so I'm free to switch in, you know, as I wish. He does go into Jolteon here, which is totally fine. I'm just going to probably go into Rotom, who is my special wall, just to take the hit.
Should have went to Eeks.
Doesn't really take it that well. Yeah, Dieter's right. Should have went to Eeks. But I'm going to go for Hydro Pump here. Nothing on his team really cares to switch into Hydro Pump. And now he's going to go for Substitute, which is actually really scary, because if I miss a Hydro Pump, then he's going to be behind a Substitute.
What do you think he has?
I don't know, he's a weird set. To run Life Orb and Substitute on a Jolteon, that's kind of weird.
Bad?
But he's gonna...
wow it.
I'm gonna opt to go into Trevenant because he probably has Mold Breaker and... oh shoot, okay. Yeah, speaking of... okay, so that does a lot. So he has a lot of hard hitters on his team. And it's gonna kill my Trevenant, so...
or X. Or Gren.
Well, if he has superpower, I'm going to go... yeah, Greninja's the best bet here. Nothing on his team can switch into an Ice Beam from Greninja, so that's good. And I one-hit KO, which is perfect. That's absolutely perfect. So, this battle's going, I guess, a little better than the last one. I don't know. I'm not really playing my best, but who cares? No, wait. See, as you can tell, I almost went into Rotom. I'm going to go into Excadrill here, hoping he's going to go for the Electric-type move. Did he go for it? Yeah, he did go for it last time, so hopefully that same thing happens. Yeah, sometimes on Showdown, when you click something and then click cancel, it still does that, even though you cancel it. So he does go for Thunderbolt, which is awesome, because now...
balloon.
Because it's awesome, because then I can switch into like ground moves.
What else would you give it?
Life Orb, but... I'm liking Air Balloon a lot. Okay, so perfect. So I'm going to be faster than this Rhyperior, and nothing on his team can switch into Earthquake.
What's for dinner?
I don't know. She went to the store to Winco. She didn't even know, so she'll probably whip something random up. Enchiladas sound good though.
Yeah.
Comment down below what we should have for dinner. And we'll tell our mom. I mean, my mom. Alright, so I do kill off his Rhyperior very easily. If he switches in his Alakazam, I think I probably will die to a Focus Blast, but only that. And if he switches in his Jolteon, I think I can take Hidden Power Ice or Shadow Ball. Yeah, if it has it.
It doesn't have it.
So he's going to go into Alakazam.
It doesn't have it.
That's true, but I'm going to play it a little safe here, going to Rotom.
You have 4 freaking Pokemon.
Well, still, I don't care if my Rotom dies at this point because I do have
It
two things
have Mega Alakazam.
to outspeed and kill Alakazam. Well, I know that's true. And I'm going to opt to kill his Alakazam with my Lucario. I'm just going to go Mega here, and I guess Bullet Punch. Yeah, why not?
Regular Lucario Punch. Bullet Punch.
Well, yeah, but with Lucario, there's really no reason to not go Mega the first turn it's out. There are some Pokemon where they could come in, like for example, Kangaskhan could come in with Scrappy and like use Fake Out on a Ghost type or something and then Mega Evolve. But with Lucario, pretty much the turn you get it out, you pretty much always want to Mega Evolve it. Like there's no reason not to, in my opinion. But anyways, I'm pretty sure. I mean, Lucario doesn't have good bulk, but Jolteon's not like super powerful. So I'm gonna. Yeah, I do take it. I don't take it well at all, but I do take that hit. I'm going to kill it with Power Up Punch, and at this point, obviously, yeah, I win. Because I do have Bullet Punch, and that's going to be the game. So, I don't know how long I've been recording for. Do you think I should do one more? Or should we end it here?
Just end it.
Okay, well, thank you for watching. Let me know where I can improve my battling skills. I know this wasn't the best, but this is a team that I'm enjoying using right now. Comment down below what your favorite Pokemon from 6th Gen is so far, who your favorite character from Full House is. You can name one or two.
Who's your favorite NSYNC member?
We'll save that for another day. So who's your favorite Pokemon from 6th Gen that you like to use? Who's your favorite character from Full House, and what we should have for dinner?
And Mariah Carey versus Nicki Minaj.
Oh yeah, Mariah Carey versus Nicki Minaj. Who wins? Alright, talk to you guys soon.